Hello, I'm Benjamin Coe. I'm a captain in the 932nd MDS as a emergency trauma nurse, as well as being an emergency trauma nurse on the civilian side and a paramedic and fire lieutenant. Um, I've had not really a lot of experience in the context of air power, joint operations type of situations on my own. I've never been deployed. I've spent all my time in the reserves, stationed at Scott Air Force Base, and not out and about really doing any air power type of work. The one bit of experience I have had with it, I got the opportunity this last year to attend Medevac 2018 in London in October and heard a discussion with a commander. She's a major in the British Air Force and dealing with air power joint operations with our allies and the similar platforms that our two countries use, yet they're not allowed to intermingle. She really discussed her dismay as a joint forces director that she was not able to take an American aircrew and an American patient and put them on a British plane, or a British patient and a British aircrew and put them onto an American plane in the deployed environment. And I really understand that being a medical person and wanting to do the most to get your people adequately taken care of in that joint environment, that really feels like something that shouldn't take so much. Um, for me, looking at key takeaways, it's been quite eye opening for me, really, to realize that being a medical person and not a line officer, not someone who um, is a flyer and is out there doing that line of work, it's a completely different world to look at. And my concern is my patient and how do I get them home and how do I get them treated appropriately, not am I going to have the right backup? Am I going to have the right um, components of defense in order to adequately move my plane with my patients from a battle area on down the line? It's not something that is second nature for me to think about as a person, as that's not my background. Um, so going through these self-paced courses and seeing that material has really opened up my eyes and made me think about that differently. Um, I think, again, with me, I'm a medical person. And when I look at those most critical issues and I look at where we need to move forward, I think that it's a little bit harder for me to put that into terms of air power and air supremacy and how do we make the best attacks and make the best defense when my focus has always been on how do I protect my airmen, how do I get them the treatment that they need, and how do I get them back to our country. Um, so it definitely is a more complicated issue to me to try to think about in the command higher level um, joint operations. I fully recognize that they're there, and this course, especially these self-paced content sections, have really opened my eyes up to that and made me realize that one day, as my career expands and I spend more time with the military, that I may need to start thinking more in that global aspect and how can we better promote national security in these joint operations beyond just the medical aspect. Or the flip side of that being that myself coming into higher level positions as a medical person, that I can help those line officers in understanding our medical needs, and that while yes we need to take care of our offensive targets and we need to protect our defensive sites, that if we don't have people who can put boots on the ground, who can put boats in the water, and who can contribute to keeping planes in the air, we can't create air superiority, we can't make military superiority, and we lose our national security. So I think it's really recognizing that it's more than just the planes in the air that gives us our national security and completes our joint operations, that we need all the different components working together. And medical support, to me and to many others like me, is a big component of completing our joint operations and increasing our national security. Thank you. I look forward to working with everyone in the rest of our class.